Dokkan battle video. So today we're going to talk about INT LR Cell. LR Cell at this point, you know, 2.5 years since, has aged pretty poorly at this point. I feel like in like heavily wanked situations throughout this video, we could see him get some good stats, but I think for the most part, Cell is going to be a character that can struggle, because him and the AGL Gohan, from what I've seen, their reputation is a little bit better than they actually are. I think if things go a certain way, even against some of the top tier Red Zone bosses, though, you know, they certainly can be effective. Remember that this Cell, when you fall below 30% HP, you transform, but he gives you a full heal, which is really strong. For those Red Zone fights where your items are limited to only one item, you know, you have basically 2 items because you have 1 item slot. Healing characters are really good, and they're very helpful. But Cell's stats are just not like that. That's what Cell is, a character that's just basically all stats, and then he has that transformation, and his stats are, you know, low at this point. But he does have a 200% leader skill. He does work fairly well on here. I think this guy, of course, would be helped by LR Physical Cell being added into the game as well. And this Cell could be a fairly good usage character against one of the harder fights in the game, which is Red Zone Bojack. Red Zone Bojack, in my experience, is the strongest tech enemy in the game. And I think Cell can kind of do some work in there. If you're able to transform, great, but, you know, it's not always possible to get that to happen. So let's take a look here. So turn 1, Cell's at 266k defense. Now, I know a lot of people might look at that and say, like, oh, that's great, but no, it sucks. Mid, I'm afraid, mid. A defense like this is fine if the character is then getting defense on super attack, if their super attack effects are coming in, if they have dodge. Cell gets nothing. He has no 12-key super attack effect. His 18-key super attack effect is merely greatly raising attack for 1 turn, and he gets no defense whatsoever on super attack. This is the difference between, you know, a 2022 unit and a 2019 unit, right? Is like, we'll see characters like AGL Cell will have, you know, defensive stats around here, but he's getting his super attack effect and, you know, the passive buff on super attack, right? Those are very important to keep in mind. 266k defense is enough for you to take, you know, 150k plus per normal in Red Zone, so it's just not good enough. Okay, so let's see what type of damage we can get up right here. So we would miss out on an 18-key super attack. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to do some orb changing here. We're just going to get a full 24-key super, because we're going to take Cell against Red Zone Bojack later in the video, and we're going to be missing a lot of 24-key supers and stuff like that. Don't worry, so. Now see, Cell does get 1 key and 20% attack per enemy, so we will want to see Cell against like 5 enemies. At one point. Maybe our next run we'll go do. Alright, so Link set right here. He has Gentleman, Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, Kamehameha, Ultimate Life Form, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. I have to point out this Link right here. Ultimate Life Form, which is actually one of like the top 5 links in the game or something like that. 2 key, 3% HP regen, and 10% attack and defense. It's just... I mean, if Cell Max has come into Dokkan and he's like a Dokkan Fest or something like that, Ultimate Life Form would be pretty pog. I'll just say that. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what we get right here. After this, we'll go to a situation where, again, there's like 5 enemies or something like that. Was that 5.69? Yeah, see, Cell was so good on release, but, you know, he's just a unit that's aged at this point. It's not even really like over dissing him, like, oh my god, he sucks, he's so bad. It's like, at this point, for AGL Gohan and INT Cell, it's like, it's been years since they came out. Like, it's a gacha game, right? Like, these characters are not going to be good forever. Alright, it's just what happens. Okay, so let's do this turn, and then let's go fight, like, Metal Cooler or something like that, right? One of these bosses where there's, like, just a bunch of enemies. And then let's see what Cell looks like with the extra power, right? So, no matter what, at bare minimum... See, Cell does have a pretty terrible key mechanic, honestly, for one of these summonable LRs. All he's getting is 1 key per enemy. That is pretty bad. like, you know, a lot of LRs these days are having, like, very good key mechanics. Cell does not. And then when Cell transforms, he does give himself 4 key at the start of turn, but he becomes a nuking character, right? So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, let's see. So we will be able to get an 18 key super attack. Okay, perfect. We'll get that. What's our defense right here? 297. I mean, we're certainly looking better, right? This is why, like, I like to use Cell in that Red Zone Bojack fight, because it's like, if we're able to get to defensive levels like this, but he has type advantage, then we're okay, right? Like, he can actually be fairly effective. He probably could do good damage, right? Don't forget, Cell does have an active skill super attack. Those can be very effective against these really tough bosses, and that could help us out a lot going up against, like, Red Zone Bojack. Cell's active skill is very difficult to get, though, because you have to transform with him, which is very inconsistent, falling below 30% HP. And then on top of that, it has to be the following turn after transformation. So it can be a pretty tough active skill to get your hands on. Alright guys, we didn't end up on the rotation I was looking for on this turn, so that's going to be a little bit unfortunate here. But it's we'll keep going. We'll try and get a bunch of rotations for Cell, see what kind of stats he's putting up with the 200%, right? Now take a look at this turn right here. I'm glad we got this turn, so this is really nice to show. One issue, right? AGL Cell is one of the best units in the game. Like, I think you could probably make a case that AGL Cell is a top 10 unit in the game overall, counting everything, right? AGL Cell is that good. INT Cell doesn't really work that well with him until AGL Cell is in perfect form, though. Because, like, look at this right here, right? So, the links we share with AGL Cell is Messenger from the Future, 10% attack. Big Bad Bosses, 25% attack and defense, and Fierce Battle, 20% attack. We don't have key links with AGL Cell. If not for the AGL androids on rotation, like, you know, if we're going to fight Red Zone Bojack in this video, if we would get, like, an opening rotation of double AGL Cell and INT Cell, which, you know, happens to be every single run, seemingly, all 3 units would need 6 key to super attack, right? Which is a huge issue, so you do want to keep that in mind, right? Like, when it's like, you know, I feel like if I just asked someone, they would say, oh yeah, AGL Cell and INT Cell link up great, and it's like, yeah, they do. When AGL Cell, it's turn 5 and beyond, right? Like, yeah, once we get to turn 5, yeah, man. But not before then. All right, so let's see. This is no attack support right here. That's mid, I'm afraid. Yeah, no, that's not. We don't. You know, I want to give him the you know, the 2.5 year grace period. Yeah, you know, but whew, brother, that's spooky right there by Cell. 4, you just see a 4 jump up there. No crits, no additionals built in, no extra defense, nothing. Oh, gives me the shivers, dude. All right, we'll probably get one more rotation with Cell here, and then I'm gonna skip until we get a really nasty rotation again, where we're going up against, you know, all of the enemies. Let me hit type disadvantage. Maybe I could potentially not finish some of these metal coolers off right here. I think, unfortunately, we probably are going to. Because I want to get a turn where we have Cell, maybe with, like, you know, STR Cell and the physical LR androids. That would probably be the ideal situation. And I'd want 5 enemies to be around as well. But it's just like, that's probably going to take a lot of resets, right, to get that. Because it's like, we just have to perfectly align ourselves to hit, like, that sort of rotation. Okay, STR-18, calm down. Let's stop. At the very least, though, we could still see Cell against multiple enemies. Actually, are we not gonna... Oh, no, this is perfect. I don't... Unless the physical androids crit right here, we're looking good. All right, let me see. Nice. No! I mean, we could still see what he does against 4 enemies, right? Remember that per enemy... INT Cell's getting 1 key and 20% attack per enemy. They lived. Wow, nice. Nice. Okay. So what do we have? AGL second form Cell, STR second form Cell, and then INT LR Cell right here on this turn. Okay, perfect. So Int Cell will be looking a lot better with Ki on this rotation as well compared to normal. Okay, 265k defense. So we could have AGL Cell go first. It doesn't really matter here. I'm gonna go ahead and cheat a little bit, right? Again, it's, you know, this is my job to make Cell look good here. So we're just gonna, well, I say cheat, but we're just gonna make sure he's got 24 Ki, right? Let's get him his 24 Ki super attack right here. Let's see what he does. Okay. What links do we have activated right here? Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, and Fierce Battle. Again, I think that the physical LR androids and AGL Cell spot would, you know, then be giving us legendary power as well as extra attack support. So Cell will be able to get higher stats there. But this is still 5 enemies, right? This is an extra 80% attack compared to... Because, like, you're always getting his ability to activate once. 1 Ki, 20% attack. But this turn, we're getting an extra 80% attack from the 4 extra enemies. So let's go ahead and see what we get right here. Oh no, they're healing. Oh, I'm so terrified. Let's see, 7 million right there. Okay. I mean, 7 million, we're approaching, like, I think, like, decent attack numbers. 7 million. Like, that's where, like, you know, we could start actually doing, like, solid damage. I know when I am talking about, like, what's good damage and what's good defense, people tend to, like, have a fit, but... Like, I am right. Sorry, guys. I'm nailing it, man. Because I know what all of these top tier units are sort of like doing, like what all their numbers are. I'm comparing Cell and stuff like that to them, right? Because remember, the thing with me is I've got all these characters rainbowed and, you know, Link level 10 and fully built up and stuff like that. Like, that's sort of what my channel is. I'm putting them on that scale. I'm the only person that has everything rainbowed Link level 10. Like, no one else is doing this, right? So, okay. Let's get one more rotation. I mean, that was a pretty good turn. We saw a good... Like, we saw a good turn from Cell right there. I don't know if we necessarily have to fight 5 enemies again. I think maybe, I'm gonna go into a stage where we could sort of just, like, hang out for a bit. And I want Int Cell next to AGL Cell. I also want to transform, too. So, I guess I'm going to go into, like, the GT Legendary Goku event. And there's 2 things I want to see. 1, Int Cell transforming. And then 2 is I want AGL Cell to go perfect. And then we could link them up with Int Perfect Cell, right? Because once they're together, that works a lot more effectively. Okay, so this is a very solid rotation for Cell, actually. The androids, I just feel like, are much weaker. So, you know, I'm going to, even though STR Cell's type disadvantage, even if the physical androids crit, they're probably not going to finish off this Metal Cooler right here. And I'm just going to do, again, some orb changing right here. Just want to make Cell, because in this whole video, I'm just, like relentlessly attacking Cell, calling him bad. So, I'd like to at least, you know, get these good situations to happen. Okay. So we have, what, 4 links activated? Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power all activated. Remember that Legendary Power, you know, is pretty solid, 15% attack, right? Very nice little extra attack power we're getting. On top of the 40% attack buff that the physical androids are giving, too. So, all right, let's go ahead and see what we get right here. And Int Cell gives us a 6.72. Not bad, not bad. All right, let's go to the GT Legendary Goku event. And we're trying to see Int Cell next to AGL Cell or Int Cell's transformation once we fall below 30% HP. All right, guys, let's get this rotation right here. I'm in the GT Legendary Goku event. We are looking to try and get under Cell's 30%, right? Like, that's pretty important to do that. So we could transform. I want to get the active skill. I want to see some of the damage that Cell is able to do. Again, once we transform with him, though, he does become a nuking character, which can get very difficult in, like, red zone content, difficult content, right? He needs 4, 6, and 8 Ki spheres to be at his best. That definitely can be very, very problematic, right? Super? Okay. Okay, so let me come back, I think, probably when we're transforming or something like that. Alright, so we're able to get the transformation for Int Cell right here. So this could go pretty good. You know, Cell, I think, is definitely a lot better once you transform with him. But, again, he does need Ki spheres here, so Okay, I mean, we could sort of deal with this here. Okay, so Cell, right? Like, once we become perfect Cell, his link set does change a little bit, right? It now becomes Revival, Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, Kamehameha, Ultimate Life Form, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So he does lose Gentleman, which actually does suck because AGL, Perfect Cell has Gentleman, and then the physical EZA, LR Cell, and Cell Juniors also has Gentleman. So that link change is actually like an L. Okay, so this Cell's getting 4 key, 120% attack and defense at the start of turn. He gets 20% attack and defense with 4 key spheres, 20% attack and defense with 6 key spheres, and then he gets 20% attack with 8 key spheres. And then in terms of super attack effects, he lowers enemy attack on his 18 key, but for the most part, Cell's super attack effects suck pretty badly. Alright, so we're only going to be able to get 5 key spheres here. So we're missing out on 40% attack and 20% defense. So let's see what Cell does. We have Messenger from the Future, Big Bad Bosses, and Fierce Battle activated. We'll definitely be looking better on the next turn. Because AGL Cell will be perfect, right? So then we're going to link a little bit better, but we're not going to have Gentleman since INT Cell loses that. Next turn, we'll also be able to use Cell's active skill too, right? And be able to do potentially really good damage with that. So let's sort of see what we get right here from our boy Perfect Cell. I do think it's like he is very valuable with the heal, right? So it's like we have the huge heal, we get the full heal when he transforms. But then also, his active skill, I think that is very valuable if you're going to get that off in like really, really tough stages. Alright guys, so the turn after you transform into Perfect Cell, we're able to use Cell's active skill right here. Let's go ahead and fire this off. We can hear Cell's really good voice actor right here. Now, this active skill, I don't think Cell's going to do as much damage with this as, like, some of the newer LRs, but I feel like this could still be a very powerful ability. These active skill attacks are... I can't begin to describe how helpful they are in the toughest content in the game. And it's like, everyone gets so tied up on, like, oh, the red zone name, but, like, all, like, difficult content is going to be coming out in the future, right? Like, these active skill super attacks are so valuable. The one thing that's a bit of a bummer is that Cell's release date 2019, right? That was the first year that Dokkan was doing active skills, and they were having, those, like the voice quality was not that great. Active skills nowadays, like, it's very crystal clear, great sounding, like, lines, right? But back then, it really wasn't that good. Okay, so we have a fairly good rotation for Cell here. I really wish we could get... Damn, because we're in a difficult event here. It's just tough. We're only going to be able to get 5 orbs again. Like, what? Is there's not like a rainbow orb changer on this Cell team, right, to help us out there. We do have Ultimate Life Form now activated, so only Kamehameha, Revival, and Legendary Power not active, 250k. Alright, let's see what he does right here. We'll get a few turns, and then we'll probably go into the red zone, right? Go against Bojack and see how well we can fare. I guess, against Bojack, it can be a very good fight for Cell because the beginning fight's got a lot of enemies. So we could build up Cell's passive prior to him going perfect, and then, afterwards, potentially we could, get the full heal, which could be very good. The thing that helps this Cell right now and makes him a little bit more of a viable option is just because of how powerful this android team is. Oh, this is bad. He'll take a lot of damage from this. Yeah, that's not good. Like, this Great Ape Goku is definitely like a tougher boss, but he's not on the level of the top tier Red Zone boss. There's no way to take that much damage from that Great Ape Goku. Oof, man, it's it's a little iffy right there. That's okay. We'll get another turn or two, and then we'll go. Oh my God, I could get this. I'm gonna play this. Let's just get this in the video as well. Why not, right? Alright, we got another really good turn that we'll be able to get right here, with a lot of orbs. I mean, the only thing is 8. They certainly are asking a lot of us, getting 8 key spheres. Could I hit this, and then this will allow us to get 8 right here? It is. Perfect. Okay, cool, cool, cool. We're going to be 1 key shy of getting him to max 24 key, but at least we will have INT Cell's full passive up right here, so that's going to be good, right? Now, the other thing, too, is I believe... So, Cell gets 20% defense with 4 key spheres, and then he gets another 20% defense with 6 key spheres. I believe that defense kicks in when he attacks. So, as long as we're getting the key spheres, his defense is a bit higher than we're seeing on screen, right? You do want to keep that in mind. And I'm just going to do this just to make sure that we live this turn. This is a very good rotation for INT LR Cell, though. We got his full passive up. We got second form Cell out. We have legendary power up with the physical androids as well as their support up as well. So, like, this is sort of, like, close to, like, Cell's max in, like, a realistic kind of, like, situation. Semi-realistic, I guess. Physical LR androids, they suck, too. 10 million, okay. That I will take. I will take a 10 million attack set. That's good. 10 million is good even by today's standards. That's a lot of damage you're doing, right? And then he could have done a lot. I really think that this INT Cell and AGL LR Gohan, they could have easy 8 during the Golden Week celebration. I think there's no reason that they couldn't have, right? And it would have been very, very good if they had. Because it's like, this Cell, it's like, it's always a little bit tricky because LRs, when they easy 8, don't get stats, right? They just get stuff to their passive. But, like, you know, it's very simple. I think... even if like INT Cell would just like greatly raise attack and defense on all 4 of his super attack effects, that would massively buff him. That would help a lot. And then like simply, I feel like almost like if you just pretty much, you know, I think his like pre-transform state needs a lot, right? He's very basic. But like you give both forms, you know, 50% attack and defense on super attack from their passive, and they become a lot better. Like that's all it needs, right? So. All right, let's go to Red Zone Bojack now and see how LR Cell performs. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and go into the Red Zone Bojack fight like this. One thing I think is very unfortunate, right, is that like going into a Red Zone fight with this team, we don't have a support memory that would buff any of the characters on here. All right, so a lot of the support memories are fun and stuff like that, but the truly great ones are the ones that give you the permanent attack buffs, especially for like these Red Zone stages or God event stages, you know, stuff like that. Like this is for, we have one for Goku Family, we have ones for Planet Namek Saga, we have one for Universal Survival Saga, we have Movie Heroes, GT Heroes. Android/Cell Saga really could have used one of these. I think that would have been very helpful. For the Android/Cell Saga to get one. Because it's like, you know, we had such a major Golden Week celebration here. So we have Cell in the second rotation. Okay. Remember that Bojack's minions are actually pretty tough. These guys are not free, right? Like, I feel like people might see this fight and they think that, oh, this is not that bad. Like, Bojack's minions are weak or whatever, blah, blah, blah. They're not. These guys are tough. I think I'm going to leave the cells together. Let's just go for Zangia, because I think, like, if AGL Cell and Second Form Cell, if they go crazy, we could finish Zangia off. Now, keep in mind, we're not going to really be able to get too good for the androids. I will give them the 7 orbs. We can seal, right? Yeah, we can. Let me hit Beto with the seal, just so Beto can't kill in LR Cell. Okay. Oh, nice. AGL Cell, nice. Double digits right there. I mean, keep in mind, this is Cell at full power. I mean, this is a really good turn for AGL Cell right here, right? We have his full passive up. Look, dude. Like, this is what a modern unit looks like right here. Crit, please. Come on, you didn't crit. Like, if he just does one, oh, now he crits. Like, if he just did one crit, Zangia is dead, right? Then Second Form Cell hits her with a 5 milli right there. She would have been done, but no, We can't just simply crit, huh, AGL Cell? Okay, buddy. But yeah, AGL Cell's he's a monster for sure. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and seal Beto here, so we don't have to worry about Beto killing in LR Cell. Beto, I think Beto might do a little bit of damage to INT Cell, but it's not gonna be anything devastating, right? Like we don't have to be like really like too terrified or anything like that, so that's good. Okay, so we got that. Definitely we're putting AGL Cell first, right? Like, no doubts about that. I'm gonna go for Beto with AGL Cell. And then for INT Cell, we should be able to finish off Zangia. We're at 17 key, unfortunately, right? 265k defense. One thing that's an issue... see, this is where... Yeah, I definitely like building this Android team more so around, like, you know, 17 and 18 and Super 17 and 19 and 20 than I do around the cells, right? Like, personally, I think the tech androids are the best unit on the team, right? So, like, I would more so like to gear on them. I think the tech androids are better than AGL Cell. AGL Cell, a lot of people get caught up in, like, raw numbers a lot of times too much, but the tech androids are just nullification, ghost usher, seal, heal, like, they're just doing too much of that type of stuff, right? Beto can't super attack, so we're fine right here. We can take a little bit of damage, not the biggest deal right here. Alright, so the one thing that's going to be good is our AGL cells are going to be perfect by the time we reach Bojack, right? So that's very important, because Bojack will instantly annihilate us. I'm going to do this. Well, no, I'm not going to do that. It would be great for AGL Cell, all 7 links activated, but I'm playing to win, not to show off AGL Cell. Let's get rid of Beto. I could just go for, okay, this is nice. We can go for physical LR Cell's 12 key super attack right here, so this will heal us. Now, I've not used physical LR Cell up to this point in the showcase. He, of course, can be very good within LR Cell, right? And remember that physical LR Cell, I think after his ZZA, he is one of the more impressive LRs in the game. I think he is really, physical LR Cell is good enough to work effectively in a lot of these red zone stages. I do think physical LR Cell was probably a better idea to EZA than in LR Cell. The reason is because physical LR Cell links better with AGL Cell, right? So, because physical LR Cell has shocking speed, which AGL Cell has also got. So that will allow AGL Cell and the physical LR Cell to work better than AGL Cell would with the INT LR Cell. And I think it's, you know, it's more important to build up this guy than worry more so about the other LRs, right? Okay, so what are we looking at right here? Okay, so we got the androids. The Bulma support memory is going to kick in, but it's going to do literally nothing. See, this is what I'm talking, like, the support memory, the way this fight is set up, like, I mean, if Goku would have caught us for 300k, this could have helped, right? For sure. But for the most part, it's like, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't really do much for us. Yeah, see, look at this. This is exactly what I was talking about. Like, once you go into difficult content, and we're not, like, overloading with support-type units who are not quite good enough for, like, these types of stages, this is the type of situation that happens, is this right here, right? Because INT Cell and AGL Cell don't really work that good until AGL Cell is perfect. Next turn, we're going to be absolutely fine, but right here, we're struggling a bit. We'll put AGL Cell in the first slot. He'll be able to tank this hit a little bit better if Bujin does decide to super attack or something like that. AGL Cell will be able to handle this better. Okay, double super attack, that's good. We should be able to finish Bujin off right here. Now, in terms of items, I brought Senzu Beans. The reason I brought because bringing Bojack is really hard in that final phase because he'll lock you and seal you. But, like, if you're just trying to win, right, like, you know, we could use a Senzu Bean or a Dende. And, you know, if Bojack locks, like, some weak character in slot 1, we could just Senzu and then move them away, right? That's the thing about these types of bosses. But obviously, it still can be rather difficult because INT Bojack is still really hard to get through. So it's like, you know, you might need an item to use for INT Bojack. The one saving grace is I feel like Tech Bojack does not have much health compared to some of the other top-tier red zone bosses, I think, right? I can see. Now we can do this. Beautiful. Yeah, this is looking good. Let's give all that key to Cell right there. I do not mind. Let me do this. I do want to make sure the androids get a super attack, so let's give them this right here. If Bojack supers 19 and 20, would he kill them? I don't think so. I don't think Bojack would one-shot 19 and 20. We would probably take a lot of damage. Well, if Bojack supers 19 and 20, I think we just barely live. And I think it allows us to transform into INT LR Cell next turn. Okay, this is ideal. This is maybe 150k, 170, something like that. Oh my God! Let me not disrespect physical LR Cell. Let me relax that shit real fast. Oh, by the way, look at AGL Cell. Yeah. This is where he could go a little crazy here. Okay, if he triple supers, we go one turn this boat. No, I don't think we can. Yeah, AGL Cell. I mean, that's a very good rotation for AGL Cell, right? Like, we had support, we had most of his links activated. I think he had quite a lot of super attacks, so Cell had a lot of stacks going into this turn. This is where this android team is just devastating, right? Like, this is like... I feel like I'm stomping Bojack harder with this team than I do with, like, you know, like the 7th anniversary teams almost. Like, it's just like having, like, all these types of characters that have all these, like, ridiculous abilities. Remember, we still have 17 and 18's Ghost Usher, right? Like, we could still pop that. Okay. We have to rock AGL Cell in slot 1. See, okay, things were looking good, but now it's like... If Bojack supers STR Cell or INT Cell, we've likely lost, unfortunately. Let's see. AGL Cell getting hit with a super attack before he supers would be really bad, too. Remember, AGL Cell can dodge, though. Even the friend at 9 million, okay. Oh, this is a friend rainbowed AGL Cell, right. Cell, I feel like Cell is a little bit more common on the friends list than Raditz. And Ginyu has not been very common lately. Majin Vegeta you don't see on the friends list either. Goku and Gohan and Cell are not really tough time. Don't super. Okay. Dude, second form Cell, can he take this? I don't know. This could be a one-shot right here if Bojack supers. He didn't super. Okay. That could have been a one-shot right there. We definitely want Cell. Oh, yeah, okay, we'll do this. Wait. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. I probably would use... We'll see. Remember, we have Senzus. So, if shit goes south for us right here, Bojack wants to be funny. I just say nope. But this is where INT Cell can be very effective, right? Is against this tech Bojack is a nightmare. I am always complaining about how tough this fight is for a reason, right? Okay, so we made it past INT Bojack pretty effortlessly. That wasn't really bad whatsoever. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Oh, this is oh my God. You sealed and locked for Cell there, though. Now, I'm gonna Senzu. And I'm gonna do this. So that we could see what Cell's doing. 300k defense at the start right there. That's gonna be good. 300k defense right at the start is gonna be good against this Bojack, right? See, this I think a unit like INT LR Cell, who's 2.5 years old, what you have to understand with, I think, a character like this is while he can, if things go your way, he could help out maybe against, like, Omega and stuff like that. But these types of characters, AGL, LR Gohan, this Cell, they have specific red zone stages they can be very effective in. It's just they're not quite good enough to sweep the entire thing easily, right? But, like, I think INT Cell, this is good. 300k defense against this Bojack, I will definitely take. Because this Bojack is a life stealer with how much damage he does. So, like, maybe, like, you could build different teams for a lot of... Yeah, dude, I will take that. Double digits? Are you kidding me? Right? Like, Bojack locks the 7th anniversary LRs in slot 1, and he's doing, like, 100k plus per normal before they attack, right? Like, I will take that. High-level performance against this Bojack is very good. He didn't super, though. That sucks. Because Bojack doesn't do key-based super attacks, so 19 and 20 will not observe it. Damn it! I guess I would have liked to have seen LR Cell tank Bojack super, but sure, whatever. We should still be able to use the android's active skill, right? Unless AGL Cell does too much damage. Maybe not, because you can't use their active skill when the enemy's below 35% HP. So I think we probably did lower him a little bit too much. Yeah, he is supering right there. We should be okay. This is maybe 200k at the most. Yeah, it's in that range. I mean, that shows you how hard this guy hits, dude. Okay. I mean, we can deal with this. I think I will not use an item right here, because this is not like a death turn completely. Cell will still get defense. A physical Cell is still gonna get defense when he super attacks. So let me hang on to that Senzu. I wish you would have done 32. That's it. Okay. All right. That's not type disadvantage from this guy. 32k. All right, buddy. Super. Okay. I feel more confident with the super attack aimed at AGL Cell than the other two cells. AGL Cell could... I mean, I think I've had AGL Cell outright live a super from this Bojack before. I believe I have. Oh, dude, don't super second form Cell. He can't take it. Okay. We didn't get INT Cell transforming, though. That's, yeah, it's not going to be a particularly, like, consistent transformation. Oh, come on, androids. No. Well, we could still do this. It's fine, because we're still going to get the Dokkan attack. Yep, bam. And then we could still get... We won. Easy. Easy peasy. I mean, you know, that is us winning with items, right? But sure. Yeah, not bad, not bad. The Cell's Android team is still nasty. Remember, you do have Super Strike Android 16 is phenomenal in this fight as well. Because you guys know how Super Strike Android 16, he has that chance to guard, right? It's a 50% chance to guard. Against Bojack, who is tech, it doesn't work that way. 16 technically is going to be guarding anytime he gets hit by a tech enemy. So 16 always has, what is it, the 60% damage reduction I think he gets when he's guarding. So he's always going to have that up against his Bojack, which is very helpful. Boom. GG. All right, not bad. I mean, you know, we definitely, in LR Cell under the 200% leader skill, he definitely had some good turns here, right? Throughout the video. I mean, he's not... you know, I would love to slander him harder. He's certainly not... Like, some people think he's like, oh, he's still really good. No, I'm not saying that, but there's still certain stages where he could be very effective. One last thing I should talk about real fast before we end. Oh, that's my record for Bojack. Wow. During Showcase, I'm often rambling and talking a lot, so it's not even like I'm speedrunning it. Okay, my record, sure, whatever. Let me end on this point. In LR Cell in the future still could be a ridiculously impactful EZA, especially when you consider this. This guy is on... Okay. He's on Revived Warrior, Full Power, Android, Transformation Boost, Time Traveler, Artificial Lifeform, Android Test Cell Saga, Kamehameha, Target Goku, Revenge, Power Absorption, Miraculous Awakening, Planetary Destruction, Sworn Enemy, Accelerated Battle, Worldwide Chaos, and Battle of Fate. So if this guy gets an EZA, he could be very effective on a lot of teams. And we do also want to see what happens once Cell Max comes to Dokkan, right? Is this guy going to work very well with Cell Max? You know, who knows? So, you know, we will see. How many categories is that? Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 categories Cell is on. So, not bad. Let me know what you guys think of LR INT Cell right here. 200% leader skill. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.